Scottsbluff County Commissioners responded favorably to a proposal for the County Communications Center to provide dispatching services in Box Butte County. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, Scottsbluff County Commissioners are keen on the idea to provide dispatching services for the Box Butte Sheriff's Office and Hemingford Fire, but want more information on the subject, specifically the cost. 911 Coordinator Tyler Rexis gave the board an outline of how the process would work, including the anticipated monthly payment of $10,500 to Scottsbluff County to provide personnel for the service. Rexis said that would allow for a new dispatcher plus shift differentials and would max out the capacity of the current comm center setup.
We only have 4 positions that can be worked from, and normally with our operation here now, we do 3 positions at all times for our operations. So that 4th position is sometimes unoccupied. So with having the additional full-time spot added, that would put us at 16 full-timers, and that would allow for 4 teams of 4 to work throughout the week.
Commissioners, however, expressed some concern that the estimated monthly payment could be too low and wanted to make sure Scottsbluff County is not subsidizing the service. But Vice Chair Mark Harris said consolidation of services makes sense when feasible.
The concept I like. I just want to be sure that that it's accomplishing exactly that, and that's the overall cost of things, because we're consolidating, helps spread the cost amongst more people.
Box Butte County would cover any technical costs associated with the move, as well as being expected to become part of the 911 Advisory Board and contribute towards future comm center operations. The board took no action on the proposal, as Box Butte County officials are expected to submit a preliminary memorandum of understanding later this week. Well, the Pathfinder Irrigation District announced this morning that the repair work on the main canal by Lingle has been completed enough to begin bringing water back down for the users in Nebraska and Wyoming. The startup of the canal will be slower than usual due to the need for the repaired canal to be monitored. This slower startup makes it challenging to say precisely when water will be available to the users, but the district will make every effort to make it available as soon as possible. The district intends to have water available to the users early next week, and will make every effort to get users on as quickly as possible. Updates for users will continue through text messages, their Facebook page, and their website. Irrigators are asked to work with the district during this time of starting the canals and laterals. We'll have more news right after this.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether it is building, buying, or renovating, we have the home loan or home equity line of credit to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The Skyview Drive-In is a new take on an old theme. It's the perfect place to see beautiful sunsets and films that the whole family can enjoy. The historic Midwest Theater has been bringing us together for a long time. The Skyview Drive-In is another part of the Midwest Theater's commitment to this community. The Midwest Theater and Skyview Drive-In Theater It doesn't matter how you get there, just get there.
Welcome back. A 43-year-old Bridgeport man has been convicted in connection to a fall burglary in Morrill County. Joshua Foster was arrested back in February on a warrant charging him with a Class 2 felony burglary charge. Court records show that Foster had stolen multiple firearms and shop tools from a storage unit that belonged to a 79-year-old man. Following the execution of a search warrant on his home, Foster admitted he had taken the items from the storage unit. Foster pleaded no contest to the charge, in addition to several protection order violations on Tuesday in Morrill County District Court. He faces up to 20 years in prison when he's sentenced on August 25th. Sticking with the courts now, as a 38-year-old Scottsbluff man convicted of a felony charge of possession of a deadly weapon by a prohibited person has been sentenced. Jose Frias was arrested last month after failing to show up to his sentencing, but was back in front of District Judge Leo Dobrovolny on Friday. Frias' initial arrest stemmed from an October incident where he allegedly assaulted a victim in the backseat of a moving vehicle and threw him onto the highway from a moving car. Dobrovolny sentenced Frias to 45 days in county jail with credit for 9 days already served, with the sentence to formally begin tomorrow, July 8th. And the Nebraska requirement that petition initiatives receive signatures of 5% of registered voters in 38 counties will be allowed to be enforced when organizers turn in their signatures today. According to a news release from the Nebraska Attorney General's office, the 8th Circuit Court of Appeals granted the state's request to place a stay on the preliminary injunction entered by a trial court in June, suspending the requirement. Following the issuance of the stay, ACLU of Nebraska attorney Jane Sue issued a statement saying the decision was a setback, but not the end of their case with Nebraskans for medical marijuana. The statement said if the groups are ultimately successful, it's possible that campaigns could still qualify for the November ballot so long as they collect enough total signatures, even if they did not meet the multi-county distribution requirement. Well, still to come, the triumphant return of Chris Cottrell at the sports desk. KNEB.TV News will be back right after the break.
We all have hard days at work. This is what champion bullfighter Dusty Tuckness does for a living. Now this is a tough day at work. When Dusty comes home, he likes things quiet. Windows and patio doors from Renewal by Andersen not only make things quiet, they cut your energy bills and add to the value of your home. No matter what you do for a living, Renewal by Andersen windows and patio doors, because coming home should always feel this good.
Morrill County Community Hospital and the behavioral health providers are here to help. Amber Dean specializes in mental health care, which includes medication and therapy across a person's lifespan. Melody Lacey helps people deal with a wide range of behavioral problems, from depression and anxiety to child psychiatry. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time. At Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska. Exceptional care right here at home.
Now, sports from the FNBO Sports Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
Here's a quick update from the sports desk as we get set to head towards the weekend. Legion baseball update with both Wesco and Gering in action last night, and both senior teams were able to pick up victories. Let's start at Cleveland Field. The Z's got a great start from Hunter McCollum and some timely hitting up and down throughout that lineup in a 6-2 win. Their first win over Alliance this summer. The Zephyrs are playing a doubleheader tonight. They're on the road at Wheatland. Our next Z's broadcast will be Tuesday on the road at Cheyenne Post 6. And despite a loss to Alliance last night not pictured here, the Express Juniors already with 30 wins on the season. They'll be the 1 seed at their area tournament next weekend in Lexington. For Gering last night, it was tight most of the way against Bridgeport, but then a 5-run 5th inning broke it open for Platte Valley Companies. Dalton Weiss followed up a 2-homer game against Gordon earlier in the week with a couple of more hits and 3 RBI in the victory. We'll have a Gering home doubleheader tomorrow against Casper with Jeff Kelly on KMOR getting underway at 2:45. The Pioneers are the first half champs in the Nebraska Land Division for the Independence League. So they've got a playoff spot locked up right now in the second half. The record at 3-3, and that after a loss last night at Gym City in Laramie. An off day today, then it's off to Caldwell, Idaho for a 5-game series starting tomorrow night against Canyon County. Earlier this week, Pio skipper Antonio Garcia announced he'll be taking an assistant coaching job at St. Louis University. And a few Husker notes to close it out. That would be less than 50 days away from the start of the college football season for the Big Red. August 27th, Dublin, Ireland conference matchup against Northwestern. And let's get to the hardwood. Isaiah Roby has had a somewhat quiet but also solid start to his NBA career. After averaging double-digit points last year for Oklahoma City, Roby is now signed with San Antonio. That is the latest today from right here at the FNBO Sports Desk. I'm Chris Cottrell.
The 5055E from John Deere features the value of choice with a cab or open station, two-wheel drive or mechanical front-wheel drive, and transmission options, in addition to easy-to-use controls and loader compatibility. All of this is backed with a 5-year powertrain warranty. The only thing easier than owning a 5E is operating one. See your John Deere dealer for details.
Visit 21st Century Equipment with locations in Scottsbluff, Torrington, Bridgeport, and Alliance. Developing solutions, delivering success.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. The Community Calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. First State Bank is now Riverstone Bank. Community strong with the same people you know and trust.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether you are just starting the business you have always imagined or looking to grow your existing one, we have a business loan to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And finally tonight, a Cheyenne County Deputy Sheriff was honored this week and presented with a Lifesaver Certificate and Challenge Coin. Deputy Zachary Goodrich responded to a call on May 20th for an unresponsive female and used an AED defibrillator to revive the victim. On Tuesday night, that woman, Denise Nelson, was on hand to help present Goodrich with his coin and certificate. Sheriff Adam Frerick says he's thankful for the Helmsley Trust, which provided money to the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services to make it possible to equip all Cheyenne County deputies' vehicles with AEDs. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.